Our next speaker is Mojan Shavabi-Asafani.
Hello, Ann Arbor. To the speakers before me who asked for this assembly to be kind, I have to only remind you that it's 150 days of a genocide in Gaza with 100,000 people killed, missing, or under rubble or injured. And this assembly has not said one word against that genocide. So if you're looking for kindness, forget about this bunch. If you're looking for clean environment, which was another speaker speaking, again, don't look to this bunch. Because I have been watching and protesting their complicity in keeping our environment clean for 22 years, and they will every time vote for a dirtier place. They do not clean up our waters. They do not care for public health in this town. They do care, however, for their contributors, and they will make policies that will benefit those contributors when it comes to elections. So I am here to invite everyone in Ann Arbor to come, get engaged, vote these guys out, because they have shown us what they are all about. They are about maintaining their power at the cost of our health and our environment. And forget about humanity. They do not have an ounce of it. In Palestine, every day, children are dying of starvation. Has Ann Arbor City Council said one thing about it? They haven't. In Palestine, every day, children are dying of preventable diseases. Have they said one thing about it? No, they haven't. These people know nothing about kindness. They know nothing about humanity. They know nothing about taking care of the population. They know how to take care of their own pockets, their wealth, and their influence. That is what Democratic Party is about. And Democratic Party, these people are their members. Now, the good news is that students across the United States have become activated. They hate Israel for very good reasons. They are hating the Democratic Party for very good reasons, because they are genocidal maniacs. And they will be the engine behind a change, a fundamental change in this country. This country was built on the blood of natives, the same as Israel is doing in Gaza right now. This country was built on the backs of black people, and this country is very much like Israel. But it will change, because students have woken up, because the public does not like Israel anymore. They want to cut off the military and all kinds of aids to that genocidal, sick state, Nazi state that's Israel. Now, we can't do that with people like this. These people are themselves racist, and they cannot deliver it.
Thank you.
I invite people of Ann Arbor to vote them out, unseat them,
Thank you.
and bring human beings here so they can do the work that's necessary. Come, get involved, and vote them out. They are inhumane, and they should be kicked out.
Ma'am, your time has expired. Thank you. Our next speaker is, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
This genocide has to stop.
Thank you very much.
And you are complicit.
Thank you,
and you will pay for it dearly.
Ma'am, you are disrupting.
Point of order,
please.
Mayor. We regularly see disruptions, and we have council business to do. And when one particular individual continues those disruptions, what is our policy on moving forward with the business of our meeting?
We will review that in council rules. Our next speaker is Blaine Coleman.
It looks like Jen Iyer has run away from the room, and she has good reason, because I'm going to remind you that Iyer took campaign money from old friends of the Israel Defense Forces. She took campaign money from old friends of the Israel Defense Forces. And as you all know, the Israel Defense Forces is a genocidal, racist body which has already murdered at least 38,000 Palestinians. God knows how many are buried under concrete where you can never find them. God knows how many have been buried in side streets. At least 38,000 Palestinians have been murdered with your tax money by the Israel Defense Forces, and Jen Iyer took campaign money from old friends of the Israel Defense Forces. No wonder she ran away from the room. Now, there is a little secret that this city council is not in on, which is there is tremendous power in the Ann Arbor area Muslim community, and you saw it here. Hundreds of people packing these chambers until this unfeeling, inhuman city council finally was forced to vote for a very mild ceasefire resolution. That power of hundreds of members of the Ann Arbor area Muslim community can be harnessed to replace this entire city council with people who give a damn about the Palestinian people, people who care about Palestinian life and about human life in general. And I'm not even talking about the giant power of thousands of University of Michigan students who have been marching for Palestinian human rights. I'm not even talking about the power of the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America. I'm not even talking about the power of the Jewish Voices for Peace or the power of Students Allied for Freedom and Equality on this campus, SAFE. The power of these groups who have been publicly marching and publicly mobilizing for Palestinian human rights. If it all came together in these council meetings, it would force this unfeeling, inhuman council to approve a resolution against military aid to Israel. The Minneapolis City Council has already approved such a resolution. The Richmond, California City Council has already approved such a resolution. And by God, this unfeeling, inhuman, profoundly racist and homicidal Ann Arbor City Council will also be forced to approve a resolution against military aid to Israel.
Thank you. Are there communications today from council? Councilmember Song.
I've spoken before how appreciative I am when the community is able to think critically and compassionately about the anti-Semitism that occurs in our community. And
Further communication from council. Councilmember Ghazi Edwin.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, I want to say something really quick about some of the comments that Dr. Majgan made. I am from the Muslim community. I grew up in the Muslim community. The divisive rhetoric and sideshow that she and Blaine put on in these chambers is unacceptable. And it has been racist, and there are times where it has been anti-Semitic. And instead, the performance continues and revolves around Dr. Majgan's self-serving campaigns each election cycle so that she can be elected to city council. What she's done is divisive, and it's bad for our community.